What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about Lucid, give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down, what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid is up 1.84%, 271 the low, 284 the high. So definitely shows that it wants to move higher. So first thing, you had PCE coming in line with expectations, both on a month over month and year over year basis. So that's what really pushed a lot of the stocks higher, including Lucid this morning. And then now, all of a sudden, there was something that came out prompting everything, including Lucid, to kind of get dragged down, and that is this right here. So Trump will implement a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, as well as a 10% on China. I don't think the 25 on Mexico and Canada is that big of a deal. It is for those countries, and I think they've already retaliated and stated that Canada's going to restrict energy to the states, and then Mexico's going to do a 25 on the states. But China, Trump has stated previously that China and the states are kind of getting along. So this says otherwise. So regardless, I think the market, this kind of threw a wrench in a lot of things. So this is why you're seeing a little bit of a pullback across the board. Aside from that though, no actual news associated to Lucid, no SEC filings, nothing like that. There was a couple updates I want to share with you. So there was a new over-the-air update 2.6. So kind of just rewording, just better controls overall. So I think that should be good. Hopefully with the Gravity coming out, you should see some updates. And again, as what we have known, with NVIDIA, their components is supposed to have level, I believe it is 4 autonomous driving. This was stated way back in the late of 2023. So I haven't really heard all that much, so that could be a potential question to management on kind of an update on the levels of autonomous, because I think same as what happened with DeepSeek, it kind of started to pose the question on technology. And it's going to be a tech race. Peter himself has stated that time and time again. So I think hitting higher levels of autonomous driving is absolutely key. And the market clearly appreciated that from Tesla and their optimism on that. Aside from that, the only other thing is it looks like Gravity orders are open in Saudi Arabia. I thought that it was across the board when they were doing Gravity orders, but I guess that was only the States and Canada. But so yeah, you can do that. So it's 130,000 equivalently. And so yeah, hopefully that should be some pretty good demand associated to that. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's what pretty much everyone is waiting on. And as of right now, only one transaction on the secondary market above $100,000. So big money is not really doing all that much with Lucid. I think what's really driving it today is shorts as well as algorithmic trading. Shorts are returning right now though, 758,000 shares. So really adding and pushing it higher because of that. So in case you don't know, shorts returning as buying pressure, but 23.3% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 277.65 million shares. Cost to borrow average is 1.19, and then through IBKR does indicate in excess of 10 million shares. So if shorts really wanted to double down, they definitely could. But moving on from here, 184,000 in calls, 51,000 in puts, and that's been something kind of really standing out as just the very abnormally low volume. This probably hasn't been that low. Like we're currently sitting at, was it 476,000? We haven't been that low in a very, very long time. Actually, my apologies. There was one November the 27th, but still a good 2 months low for that. But regardless, 58% of all the options being done today are bullish in nature. Of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above $3, and it looks as though couple of pockets for it to be roughly around that $4 range. Like Lucid's a very weird stock because I still haven't seen that much in options activity for the week ending February the 28th. So people aren't really playing Lucid's earnings. I think they're just waiting on maybe other data or something like that, but based on the bears, they're anticipating for it to be sub 250 going into next week. So something to take note of with today being Friday. So you have roughly around 24,000 at that $3 strike price, and then at the 250 strike price you have 3,000. So nothing really crazy, not going to see a gamma squeeze or anything like that. With it at 278, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 231 is going to be a strong support. Obviously hasn't been touched, and it hasn't been touched in a while, but 287 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. That similarly wasn't touched, but at least it wants to kind of move towards that area, so gravitate towards there. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Aside from that, no new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. On the actual chart itself, so it is right now kind of wedge bound between that 50-day moving average and ALMA. So like I said, I think there's going to be some extreme volatility that does occur as the actual share price is going to get pinched between those 2 points. So again, something to kind of consider. Very positive, the fact that Lucid is very oversold. So a good piece of news could really push it higher as a byproduct of that. And it doesn't actually have to be specific to Lucid, as I've mentioned in the past. It can be on a macro standpoint, just PCE, it was in line with expectations. I feel like if it was lower, then Lucid would have went up a lot more, and just this news clearly isn't all that great as well. So let me know your viewpoint on everything that's been happening. Are you buying Lucid? Are you selling? Are you like, is anyone playing Lucid options or Lucid earnings through options? Like, this is absolutely crazy. The fact that there's like virtually no volume every single day. It's kind of mind boggling, but let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. Roughly opened it, like launched it like 2 months ago. Many of them have been absolutely bangers. So I put out buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.